Hello once again. Thank you for joining me on another one of Nain's shorts. Talk about training and our journey in the martial arts. Each one has their own unique story to present. Those who have stayed long enough to reach a certain level of practice. Because as you know, those of you who have been in the martial arts, not a lot of people stay after the first year, and after the second year, even less people stay. And even less than that become actual instructors and carry on whatever lineage that is that they learned or they were really captivated by. And even less continue training way beyond the time where they're already ranked and have a status in their own art, and they go around like David Carradine in Kung Fu, just walking around. But instead of saving people, they just keep on training with anyone they can come across. And I think that's an awesome way to go about it. Unfortunately, I personally don't have all that free time to do so, but if I did, I'd sign up right away. My journey started just 11 years ago, a little under 11 years ago in the martial arts, and because of COVID, we started doing this thing called Kali Conversations with my friend and teacher Rick, and we were exposed to so many other martial artists, and not just that, but other ideologies in other realms that can be related to the martial arts. So we've been able to, and lucky enough, to have conversations with some very interesting individuals that have really influenced the way we think about our art. And then as that progressed, we started doing these Nain shorts. We're at 178 episodes, something like that. And every time we've just grown and learned more, and these conversations have triggered a lot of ideas, and this is part of the process of learning. But this is my individual journey. What you've seen is the things that I've gone through in my studies, in my training, that have developed into these conversations, and I hope that some of them have been helpful, if at least just entertaining. But what comes next? Where do we go from here? What do we do? For me personally, I started studying under GM Bob Gomez in Kaju Kempo, island style Kaju Kempo of the Gaylord lineage, and that's just adding to my tool belt. But I'm still hungry to learn more, and we've come across some great individuals who are doing a lot to bring this gathering of like-minded people that cross-train, and not necessarily join the school, but if they're available on weekends or certain dates, they can come together and learn from other masters that are also giving their time to share their art. And it feels like the beginning of a community that's really going to come together to hold up the pillars of martial arts, because that's the only way then we can pass it down to the next generation, if we have those from various age, from the young to the old, sharing information and cross-training. And of course I'm talking about our good friend Dennis Duarte, who started doing seminars himself, and also a good friend Mike Cardenas, who has been doing it for years, first with this MACE and now with his VEA collaboratives, which I believe the next one is coming up in April, correct? So look out for that. April, VA in Manteca, at least 8 instructors on the mat teaching various forms of martial arts. It's always a great time, great food, great people, and if you're low on tools, a lot of awesome vendors. So these are some of the toys that I picked up along the way. But those are so much fun to go to, because you get exposed to all these different ideas and concepts. And it's not necessarily to throw away what you've learned, but to enhance the things that you have learned and to grow in your knowledge base so you have more ideas to grow from. We've come across many different people and many different beliefs, and some, yes, very rigid in the sense that you're learning this art, you're not allowed to learn outside of it. You are taught a certain way and you're not allowed to go outside of that either. And that's okay. If that works for that school, awesome. No negative criticism. It's just not the way that I was brought up. My journey has been understand as much as you possibly can. Keep what works, but not keep what works in general, but keep what works for you, the individual, and everything else throw away. And just recently, in the last couple of years, even the stuff that we would normally throw away, can you make it work for you? Can you change? Can you add some of the ideas that you've learned along the way in your own individual journey and make them work? Recently, we had the pleasure of working with a young man by the name of Carlos de Valle, or Valle in the Latin community. Great man, shout out to you, brother. Back east from New York, he was out here for 2 weeks on the West Coast, and that man was either training, teaching, both, multiple times a day for the 2 weeks that he was here. I mean, you have to admire him for his dedication to learn, and asking him, why is he doing this? Just very simply, he just loves martial arts. He loves the teaching. He loves learning. He loves being a student and taking back everything that he has learned and written down in his journal. And if you're not following him on Facebook, you should, because you can see that journey. You can see that passion. He's already ranked. He's done so many things in his past, but he is still a white belt mentality. He still sits there and takes notes and listens and learns, and he just wants to take back what he learned here back home and share it with others, enhance the stuff that he knows, and keep alive the people who maybe don't make it to the point where everybody knows their name, and keep them alive and keep their art alive. He is, in his own way, a true historian of the art, because not only is it written by his hand, it's also written by his actions and the training and all the things that he does from now on that are involved with everything that he's learned so far. So shout out to you, man. We should all try to be more like him, in the sense that he just called people up and said, hey, are you available and are you willing to share with me? And people were willing to let him share with their students as well. And doesn't that sound like an awesome community to be a part of? Where we're not so stuck on this idea of like, well, if you pay the right price, you can join our class, or we can let you be a part of this. But here's the stipulations, here's the things you have to, but just people saying, hey, I'm in the area on this date. Is it all right if we can train, or we can have a conversation about it? Can we and build that community? Because it feels like it's there. It's at the cusp. We see it. We see the people around that are willing to join and come together to teach and share what they have to do. But can we push it a bit further? Can we be like Carlos and join with each other and have these conversations to say, hey, I'm here today, or I'm here on this date, can I come by? Do you have a moment? Can you take a few minutes out of your day to just talk to me about something, because I'm just that eager to learn or eager to share. For example, Rico and myself, we're in the Bay Area. He's in San Francisco, I'm in South San Francisco. We train out of South San Francisco. If you're ever in the area, give us a call, shoot us an email, a text, something. Let us know you're in the area and you're willing to have a conversation. Either we can share something or you can share something with us, but we have that open. And it's not about monetary gain in any way. It's just about willingness to share. We're willing to do that. Carlos is willing to do that. Our friend Mike Cardenas, Dennis Duarte, they're all putting their part into creating this community where we can just share information with no pretense of title, no sense of, oh, I'm this degree, I'm that degree, but just, I love martial arts. I want to learn more, and I'm willing to share what I have, not because I believe it's better than anyone else, but because I was asked to. And if we can normalize the idea of being able to do this, what kind of a community will we build? How can we then grow? And do you believe that that might be the way that we're going to take martial arts into the future, so it gets passed down, so we don't forget the names of the people who aren't famous, who aren't doing seminars every other week, who are incredible practitioners, but they're just so in love with the art that they never cared about anything else other than training and teaching. And those are the people that we really want to keep alive, and those are the kind of art that we really want to pass on. So is this a possibility? Can we do it? Are we taking the steps in the right direction to do so? And if we're not, how can we? Please share this video. See if anybody else has any ideas on it. Give us comments and feedback on how we can build the kind of community, and we can all be like Carlos. Maybe not have as much free time as him, but we can start building towards that, so we can cross train, so we can make ourselves available for other people to just come and say, hey, come have a coffee with us. We'll talk. We'll make time to share whatever we can, and also accept whatever information you are willing to share, because ultimately we're not going to do it individually, but as a group we'll be able to do a whole lot more. At least that's my opinion. What is yours? We'd love to hear from you. So this is where my journey is for me personally, is asking these questions of what comes next. What do I do with what I have? And how much more can I give back to a community that I've just enjoyed for the last 11 years, and I hope it gets stronger so we can keep enjoying it together for as long as we are willing and able to do so. So, just a thought. Let us know what you think. Thank you for joining me on another one of Nain's Shorts. As usual, till the next one. 3, 2, 1, cut!